Hey y'all, I'm gonna do some recipes this week. You guys have been putting out some great recipes. I've been watching them here this past week. Keith and I'm hoping I'm saying this right. Wanello. Both have done enchilada recipes. I'm gonna do one I think tomorrow or Sunday. Um, just looked really good, homemade stuff. The one I'm going to do tonight is a southern baked macaroni and cheese recipe that I Heart Recipes put up here the other day. And if you're not subscribed to her, make sure and do it. I'm going to, if I remember, I'm going to put the link at the bottom to her channel. And I'm also going to put the link to that video that she did. I'm going to change it just a little bit. I'm going to put some ham in mine. I'm going to fry up some ham and put it in there and make it a ham and mac and cheese dish. And I'm going to look at the recipe here real quick, and I'll tell you what's all in here. This calls for 2 cups of uncooked elbow macaroni. We got that. We've got some salt and pepper, of course. Got 2 cups of American or mild cheddar cheese. We've got 2 cups of a cheddar jack. We've got 4 cups of sharp cheddar. We've got evaporated milk. We've got half and half and 3 eggs. And so let's start getting this together. Alright, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to measure out 2 cups of uncooked elbow macaroni. I ought to get a knife out for that. Cut that bag up. I've already got the water heated up with some salted water. Come on. I may do a little bit more. That is, I'm going to go ahead and do about 3 cups in mine. Just make it a little bit more than what it's supposed to be. And stir stick. I know what. We're going to make sure we've got leftovers for tomorrow. There's another cup. Original recipe calls for 2. I just put in 4. Just in case you're keeping track at home. One thing I'm going to do is go ahead and fire up the skillet. Get it good hot. And I've got some of these ham steaks. And make sure that you guys can see that. I've got these ham steaks. That's 1 pound of ham. I don't know if that's going to zoom in or not, but that's 1 pound. So you can see I paid $4.98 a pound for ham. Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and stir this macaroni. Turn the heat down just a little bit. We want it to boil, but we don't want it to boil over. I've got better things to do. Clean the stove all night. Anyway, we'll go ahead and get started on this mix here. Calls for 3 eggs. One thing my grandma told me, when you're doing eggs, always break them into a separate bowl before you put them in. Because you never know. The eggs these days are better and what they had back then, as in freshness. But you never know when you're going to get a bad egg. And the last thing you want to do is run a recipe and have to throw out your whole batch of whatever you're working with because you had a bad egg. So I've got 3 eggs in there. Yeah, y'all know me. I've got 4 eggs in there. Alright, I don't need that anymore. I'll put that in an ice box here in a second. What I need now is that whisk. I'm going to just beat these up a little bit. Alright, we beat the tar out of them. And here we go. I think some of y'all would call this a church key or be a can opener. So we're going to put in, the recipe calls for a 14-ounce can of evaporated milk. I couldn't find a 14-ounce. All I could find was a 12. So we're just going to use 12. And to that, we're supposed to add in 2 cups of half and half. There's 1, 2. Right on the nose. And while we've been doing this mixture here, my skillet has gotten good and hot. So what I'm going to haul off and do, put that back up. I'm going to add these ham steaks in here and get them seared up. You hear that? That's going to be good. Alright. Hope I'm not too much in y'all's way. Try a different camera angle. We're supposed to reserve half a cup of Monterey Jack. That'd work. We're supposed to reserve a cup of sharp cheddar. I'll reserve a half a cup out of the next one, or a cup out of the next one. Yeah. We're supposed to put in the whole thing of mild cheddar. I'm making a mess of this counter. Clean up as you go. Alright. Come over here and let's check out this elbow macaroni. That's almost starting to look good. That's just almost starting to get there, I guarantee you. While I'm standing over here, I'm going to go ahead and fire up this oven and get it warmed up. I believe I'm at the point that this little thing right there is not going to work. So I'm going to pull out this thing. Get a spoon in here and we're going to start stirring this up. Notice I hadn't put any pepper in. We'll go ahead and do that now. Freshly ground black pepper or freshly ground jack. I think I'm going to do regular sea salt today instead of the pink Himalayan. I think that'd be enough right there. Before I get carried away, see how this is doing. Oh yeah, that ham's doing good. Crank that a little higher. That macaroni there's just about done. What we're going to do here in a minute is I'm going to pour it out into a sieve type deal. I'm going to drain it. I'm going to pour ice cold water on there. You know, that diet water stuff. I'm going to pour that on top of that. Hopefully you can see what this stuff right here is starting to look like. I'm going to scoot you in and move you down. Yeah, focus up there, boy. It just looks like a goopy slop, really. Guarantee that's going to be really good. And so I'm going to move you back up here. Scoot this back. So you can see semi what's going on. There you go. I'm about to get the hang of this filming stuff. That macaroni right there is done, so I'm going to turn this pot off. Pour that down. I'm going to get some cold water starting on that. Get that cold. You can hear that ham starting to pop right there. I'm going to go ahead and flip it. Now, if there's any plumbers out there, you just saw me dump that ice or that scalding hot water down that drain. I ought to get the picture. You saw me drop that down the drain. My grandpa would have had a fit. He did not want scalding water like that going down the drain. He said that would ruin the pipes. And way back in the day, that's probably right. I don't know if it's still that way today or not. So far, I haven't had a problem, you know, hurting a plastic pipe. But any guys on there that are plumbers, if I screw up like that and I need to run a whole bunch of cold water while I'm pouring that in there, leave me a comment down there. I hate to turn my back on you like this, but I'm going to get this macaroni right here rolled nice and cold. It's still steaming hot, so I'm not going to stick my fingers down in there. I think I cooked just about enough. What I want to do is cool this macaroni off. If you can see me, I want to cool this macaroni off so we add the macaroni and the cheese mixture together. We don't scramble those eggs. Remember we put the 4 eggs in there. We don't want those scrambled for sure. We want this nice and cool. Oh yeah. That's starting to cool off real good. Alright, we're at the point now that we can take this ham off of here, put it on the cutting board. And I'm just going to chunk this up. Kind of like that, just about 1 inch slices. Give that This, not necessary to put in there, but just to make this a full supper course where you get a little bit of meat with your macaroni and cheese. I'm gonna scoot these around. Alright, how am I gonna do this? I think I'm gonna make a mess, and you guys are gonna have a front row seat. Alright, we're gonna take this cooled off macaroni, throw it back in this pot. Pot's got a little bit of heat in there, but I think the macaroni's cool enough that it'll cool that pot off, at least enough. I'm gonna get all that in there. There's clean counter. I just cleaned it. I'm gonna chunk all this ham in here. Oh yeah, let's get all this in here. That's some good smelling ham. That's got some, I can smell the garlic in that. Or something. Alright. Now here's where I need to be careful. Get all that goodness in there. And we'll stir, stir, stir. Get all this ham and cheese and macaroni and everything all nice and happy. Now here's the part where I think I'm about to screw up. I couldn't have guessed that better if I even tried. Uh-oh. 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 Here we go. Settle that, boy. Settle down. Yeah, we're going to throw a little bit of this extra cheese on top. A little bit of that. We got a little bit of this sharp. I'll throw this sharp on top. What I'm going to do so I don't make a enormous mess in the oven, which I am known to do, I'm going to put that on a baking sheet. That baking sheet's a whole lot easier to clean the bottom of that oven than that element in there for sure. Alright, we're supposed to cook that in there for 40 minutes. So, I'll bring y'all back. Okay, y'all, I'm back. This has been in the oven for 40 minutes now at 350, 375. I've got my oven just a little bit hotter. I'm going to scoot you guys in here, and hopefully you can see that that is just absolutely bubbling. So I'm going to let this set up for about 5 minutes or so, and come back and we'll cut into that. That just right there is a picture of perfection right there. Alright, y'all, here we are. We're going to get some of this out. We'll let that set up for a couple of minutes. Drop the spoon on the floor. I'll tell you what, that right there is perfection on the plate. Y'all give this a try. Talk to y'all later.